But now it's too late. And that's why at this moment I feel so much hate toward myself. I deserve to be on this list. Because if I hadn't been so afraid of everyone else, I might have told Hannah that someone cared. And now the two of you have plotted my betrayal together. You will regret what you have done all the rest of your lives. It was too late for me to regret what had occurred during the day. Your little brother Philip is the king of France now, and he wants your wedding dowry back. I only took you for your dowry. You were 7. The Vexin is a little county, but it's vital to me. As much as your playing filled my heart, it pains me to say you must leave the piano be. It's never to be touched. Her eyes filled with regret. It's a shame, beautiful instrument like that, just begging to be played. And to think of all the music that used to come from it. I'm just tired of everything, even of the echoes. There is nothing in my life but echoes. Echoes of lost hopes and dreams and joys. They're beautiful and mocking. Creators understand that their emotions are not necessarily a sign of the circumstances. They understand that in desperate circumstances they may experience joy, and in jubilant circumstances they may feel regret. The only things I regret, and the only things I'll ever regret, are things I didn't do. In the end, that's what we mourn. The paths we didn't take. The people we didn't touch. I lost their childhood. Sometimes you feel bad. The boy wanted to tell them how he regretted that he had been unkind to them, and that never from now on should he be anything but good. And in the course of those miles, Claudia stopped regretting bringing Jamie along. In fact, when they emerged from the train at Grand Central into the underworld of cement and steel that leads to the terminal, Claudia felt that having Jamie there was important. But who can say what's best? That's why you need to grab whatever chance you have of happiness where you find it, and not worry about other people too much. My experience tells me that we get no more than 2 or 3 such chances in a lifetime, and if we let them go, we regret it for the rest of our lives. Regret can be my memoir's theme, she thought, as she tried to shove the cheese grater into the dishwasher next to the frying pan. A Regretful Life, by Joy Delaney. We are instructed to write down not just our deeds but our feelings, because it must be known that we do have feelings. Remorse, regret, sorrow too great to bear. Because if we didn't feel those things, what monsters would we be? I wouldn't have complained about brushing my teeth, or taking a bath, or going to bed at 8 o'clock every night. I would have played more, laughed more. I would have hugged my parents and told them I loved them. But I was 10 years old, and I had no idea of the nightmare that was to come. None of us did. When people look back on their lives, it is the things they have not done that generate the greatest regret. People's actions may be troublesome initially. It is their inactions that plague them most with long-term feelings of regret. A life worth living might be measured in many ways, but the one way that stands above all others is living a life of no regrets. At some point we must stop. 1. Replaying what happened over and over. 2. Taking what was actually terrible in the past and tricking ourselves into thinking it was better than it was. 3. Imagining the ways things should be so much that we can't acknowledge what is. I make no excuse for that. I will wear that shame all my life. I cannot undo it, but I will spend my days wishing I could. You're right, ma'am, I says. They're hungry all right, as you'll learn to your sorrow, I says. When them vegetables come up, we can't get out till he lets us go, said Molly. Oh dear, why did we ever come here? I'm sure that little man is a gnome or something. I daily discover so much baseness and ingratitude among mankind that I almost blush at being of the same species, and could quit the stage without regret, was it not for some gentle, generous souls like my dear Peggy. Benedict. The memory of a particular image is but regret for a particular moment. Quieting the mind means less thinking, calculating, judging, worrying, fearing, hoping, trying, regretting, controlling, jittering, or distracting. There should be no room in your life for regret. If in the moment of doing you felt clarity, you felt certainty, then why feel regret later? Over the years things happened in that family that caused some terrible regret. Still, for years it all seemed to me blindingly beautiful. And it was. Those who are comfortable taking chances know that the best way to grow is to reach beyond their grasp. Their sense of direction comes from the heart. They don't shy away from surprise. They might even seek it out. and they seldom die with regrets. In the end, we regret not what we have done but what we have not done.